Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the season premiere of the Black and Gold Report presented by Pepsi, a show all about UNC Pembroke athletics. I'm Jenna Davison, and today on the show we're going to be previewing the upcoming football season by talking to head coach Shane Richardson, and later on the show talking to players BJ Bunn and Kendall Jacobs. But first, we're joined by Coach Richardson. Welcome to the show, Coach.
Thanks for having me.
Before we get started on the preview, let's review last year a little bit. You've been with the team now for 7 seasons as its defensive coordinator, but 2014 was your first year as head coach. What are some of the things that you learned as head coach last year that you hope to apply to the success of the Braves this season?
Yeah, quite a bit actually. It's definitely a process, and it was one of those things going into your first year. Things come so fast at you, and you don't really know what to expect. And so I think after 1 year going through the process, you realize what to expect now. You can be a little bit ahead of the game. Not that you have all the right answers, but at least I know kind of what to look forward to in each phase and kind of some of the questions that are coming in the sense of how to organize and plan and what's to come here throughout the season, throughout the off season, that type of thing. And so I think just by me feeling a lot more comfortable, it will definitely trickle down to the whole other staff and all the players as well. And so we feel comfortable going into year 2.
You seem to be pretty impressed with some of the things that you saw during spring workouts, but what impressed you most about your team?
I think just the concept of not being satisfied with last year's result and then not allowing that to get them discouraged. And I think they've been extremely hungry and have shown that in a very consistent way all throughout spring. Throughout the summer, we had great numbers, guys that were really committed, and now through fall camp, I think guys are really showing that they're definitely serious about this season and making sure that we get it right.
You started a team mentorship program where you select 15 to 17 guys to be the go-to guys for the communication and then spread it among various groups. Can you talk about that program and some of the positives it's brought to your team?
Sure. So what we did was we had about 15 leaders that we pulled out of the group, and it was a group that we wanted to foster leadership, train leadership, put them in positions that were maybe uncomfortable for them, building some more accountability amongst the players so that they could take more ownership. And it almost kind of removed the coaches from being at the forefront of the leadership of the team. Of course, we still are, and I would say that the coaches are still the best leaders of the team. But as far as those 15 guys go, those guys were really put in position to try to excel at leadership and try to figure it out. And so it's been an ongoing process, but it's been really, really good because a lot of them have stepped up to the plate. Some of them are still trying to figure it out, but a lot of them have taken the ownership and have said, hey, this is our team, and honestly, the team is going to go as those leaders go. And their voice is a lot more influential than my voice as the head coach or their other position coaches. And so it's been a great thing, and I've been very pleased with how that's gone.
What have been some of the things that you have to guard against as it pertains to last season, whether it be from an effort standpoint or a leadership standpoint or something different altogether?
Well, I think this year a little bit of a challenge of ours will be how do we face adversity and what are we going to do when it pops up, because it is going to come, and it'll come in different shapes, different forms, and I think that's been a little bit of what we've tried to guard against and just train and be aware of, because last year very adverse circumstances came our way. I mean, going 2-8, obviously no one likes to do that, and it's very uncomfortable. So this year, I think it'll be a great test for us to be able to say, okay, if something starts to go wrong, are we going to revert back to a style and a mentality of going down a road that starts to kind of divide us and maybe get a little bit discouraged, or start playing really poorly and just go in the tank? Or are we going to respond to it and really try to show some toughness, show some discipline and some positive energy and try to pull ourselves out of it and know that we can stay on the right track here this season?
We're going to take our first commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to continue talking to Coach Richardson, so stay tuned.